Last year we sort of weren't sure what we were going to do. We were like, oh, you know, we want everyone to be together in one place. And Thomas and I were talking, and we said, what this really should be is a celebration. A celebration of so many wonderful partnerships. What an amazing thing we've built together. Now, I am so proud of SVS, but SVS is way more, certainly way more than me. Anybody on the team knows that. It's our wonderful team. But SVS would not be anything close to what it is without you guys, without our partners all over the world. And I was in these meetings today, and I was looking across at some of you, not all of you, because we haven't all met yet. We're going to meet hopefully with each of you in the next two days after today. But today was a wonderful day because I started formulating in my mind, and I said it in a couple of the meetings as it started to crystallize in my mind, what makes a perfect partnership? A perfect partnership, you need to start with an organization, a team that is professional. And every one of you are consummate professionals. And I'm blessed to work with, obviously, excepting me, not me, but the people I work with are amazing professionals. But there's one more thing you need to have. And maybe it's as important, maybe it's more important. You need to have passion. You need to be doing this from the heart. You need to be investing everything about yourself in creating something great. That's what it takes to create a great brand. I'm blessed to work with people who are not only professional, but they're passionate. But I'm also blessed to partner with people and companies where the professionalism is not in question and the passion is never in question. And we've built something so special together. And I thank each and every one of you. I can't tell you how much I value what you bring. And we're going to do amazing things this year and in the future together. You saw the product launches that we had. Nick told me I'm not allowed to talk about any others because Nick is streaming this. But you know, those of you who have been in the meetings, there's a lot of fun stuff coming. We've done great things. We've come to a great place, and we're going to do more great things together. So thank you, and cheers. 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 Okay, it's just Diet Coke.
That's right.
Although
it is 6:30 over here in Germany, so all you U.S. folks who are commenting that it's only noon time, give us a break. That's right.
I think Nick and I are going to do a booth tour.
Yep.
We want all of you to walk around, explore,
please enjoy it.
interact with everything. We'll probably fire up some demos here again in a little bit too. So should we start?
Yeah, let's start right at the front here. So we'll see how people generally get greeted. This is real live action.
Good to see you. Let me do this booth tour real quick. I'll be right back.
So just for you folks who are tuning in, SVS is actually available in, what are we up to, like 73 countries now?
Sure.
So a lot of the folks here are distribution partners in these various countries. They help us get our products to dealers that are actually out in the stores. Some of them handle e-commerce business, but this is really just a celebration of what we're trying to do across the world, and it's our little reception for those folks.
I think there's probably 30 or 40 countries represented here behind us. We are at the Munich high-end show, and this is our booth, and it's larger than we've ever done before. And what we have behind us is I don't know what to call it, our greeter stack, something.
This is our towers of base.
We have everybody wanting to get. I'm going to try to get out of the way. You keep the camera.
This is like a selfie station. Like folks have been stopping here all throughout That's Thomas. He's actually our international sales
Thomas, the guy in
representative.
the white shirt with the cool sport coat. He is our international sales manager. He's taking pictures with some of our distribution partners in front of the wall of power, the tower of power, whatever we want to call it. Where
we should have people come up with a nickname for what the stacks could be, because like I said, there's been at least 6 people who have just stopped here to take selfies, posing with the big subwoofer stick. So I'm going to do a slow pan up them just because I feel like people will appreciate that.
16 at the base, up to the smallest sub in the line. So SB16, SB4000, SB3000, SB2000, SB1000, all in this stack right here. Like the imported stacks to the right. So PB1000 Pro, SB2000, sorry, PB1000 Pro, PB2000 Pro, PB3000, and PB16. We couldn't put the 4000 on there because the stack.
It's just too tall.
Height regulations. So we had to be wary of that. And so over here, this was kind of our meeting space and where people hung out. I didn't make my way to this side of the booth much today. I was in the demo room, but over here we're also showcasing some 2-channel demos. It's okay, you can just say hi to the world.
Yeah. It's all good. Unless you have some sort of warrants out.
Yeah, there's a table missing here. There was a sound base over here. So over here we are doing Ultra Evolution, showcasing the new bookshelf. Prime Wireless Pro is over here too. And we've just kind of been showing these static and occasionally playing them, but it's more just to show some of the products themselves.
Yeah, part of what we want to get out of this is, especially internationally, a lot of folks still think of SVS as a subwoofer brand. And, we are the #1 subwoofer brand worldwide, so that's not a surprise. But I think a lot of people come to our booth and they see things like our 2-channel area there with the Prime Wireless Pro, but then also one of the fastest and most successful parts of our business over the past several years has been our accessories. So we have this beautiful display that I have to give Sabrina, who works with our German distributor, props for arranging this. But a lot of people come over here and they don't realize that we even sell cables and accessories. So it's pretty cool to see the looks on their faces when they learn that.
Being such a big part of our business, it is the fastest growing part of our business. Getting able to tell people that, hey, are you not aware of all these other things we make has been a really fun conversation. So more static display.
This is a new one. This is one that maybe people haven't seen before.
Yeah, so here is the Ultra Evolution bookshelf, the flagship bookshelf. This is the Nano, which launches very soon. So it's just same story, just a little brother, a little bit smaller cabinet, driver, but still tells the same time alignment story that we tell with all the other products. Yeah. We'll have the magnetic grill too, just like each of the other speakers on the line. Ultra Evolution Center. And over to the left, Ultra Elevation. What has spurred a lot of conversation here in Munich is a lot of these dealers have the Prime Elevation on display in their stores and home theater displays. The cool thing with the Ultra Elevation is it uses the exact same mount as the Prime. So those of you that are looking to do an upgrade, it's an easy swap out. You just take the other one off the wall, pop this one in its place, done.
And there's our sizzle reel. You may have seen some of our animated videos on YouTube or elsewhere. Nice little background to kind of show the sizzle. We got to welcome people to the sound revolution. This is the spread that we've put together here.
Yeah, it looks like most of it's gone. As we tell people at our events, the more drinking you do, you tend to make better purchasing decisions.
That's right. And we have to feature some German beer. So I believe we have a Pilsner and then a Hollander, which is another variation of beer. A couple little finger foods here.
Yeah. I think that's meatballs on mashed potatoes.
Yep. And I'll show off some of the booth graphics as well. Here's Philippe from Belgium, one of our finest. Nice to see you, Philippe. Again, just kind of showing off some different elements, the exploded view there to kind of highlight some of the engineering. And then let's take a walk down the ISO wall here. So the ISO awards are a set of awards that are voted on by about 60 different AV press from around the world. And, for the past 7 years, all of these reviewers have to actually review your product. And they collectively get together and then vote and choose the award winners. And so for the past 8 years, we've had different products nominated and won in each one. And sorry, there's some food.
Yeah, I think what's really cool to say about this is every product we've launched in the last 8 years has received an ISO award. And it's not as big in the States as it is around the globe, but it's essentially like the Oscars for audio and video products. And they look at all these different categories. And to be a brand that can say that every product we've launched has won an ISO award, it's pretty awesome.
And there are a few North America-based media that are involved with ISA, and really this was just a collection of media outlets that got together and they wanted to agree on what the best products out there were. So Stereophile in the US and Soundstage, which is in the US and Canada, those are two of the members that are currently voting for it. And then this is just some of the accolades and other review quotes that we've had, again trying to show off some of the different products highlight them visually, and it's a pretty cool experience.
It's weird how quiet it is in here right now. It's actually kind of throwing me off.
Yeah, and just so we can get a little perspective, this is the world's largest hi-fi and home audio show. So if you look around, there's just a million different brands here: cables, loudspeakers, amplifiers, and then we got this one right here, which you never know who you're gonna run into. There you go. Here's a free plug. Too bad you can't edit out live video, but that's all good.
I don't know what that was.
He's getting some love.
So right here, this is the new towers, gentlemen and ladies. This is the Ultra Evolution Pinnacle, Titan, and Tower. Many of you haven't had a chance to actually see the tower yet. First time we're seeing it as well. It does launch here in the next few weeks, so you'll all be able to get a chance to get in front of it. But working up the line, the Ultra Evolution Tower has 4 5.25-inch drivers, the dual mid-range, the 1-inch diamond-coated tweeter. Where you see a woofer in the front, there is a matching woofer in the back on all of the speakers as well. And you do a force balance cancellation like the 3000 Micro does. So they create an immense amount of bass in a smaller cabinet without adding any vibrations or nuances to your room. And then we go from the Tower to the Titan, which just got its first real review over the weekend. And response to this thing's been insane. This one goes from 5.25-inch drivers to 6.5. And then we move to the Evolution Pinnacle, which goes up to 8-inch drivers. So you can see that physically there is quite a bit of difference between the three. They each will have their own applications in your room, whether it's music or theater or TV watching or video games. It's really something we wanted to put across into this. And the response to people hearing these for the first time here in Munich, it's been amazing. We had a music producer that was here earlier talking about what he currently has in his studio, and was just blown away by some of the things we were able to reproduce with the Pinnacle Towers in our demo cabin, which I think is where we're going to go now.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. Like, we have these windows here, and it's like kind of like we're in a zoo. Hey, there I am. Because you got people like in here, like with their hand on their head, like peering through the glass, watching us, and we're like, hey, this is an open demo. Like, come on in and enjoy the atmosphere here.
Yeah, we have to wave them in.
Yep, and of course we had to bust out the velvet ropes, and this is a nice little touch. I thought was kind of fun, and I've seen a few people laugh from that. But you know what, we're trying to set expectations here, and this is I don't know if we're the only, but we're one of the only multi-channel demos who's mixing hi-fi in as well, as 2-channel and multi-channel, and people really appreciate that. On some level, it's sort of like a guilty pleasure, but people come in here and expect us to wow them with the home theater, and then when we bust out the 2-channel system, it truly sets their minds ablaze.
And it's been so fun. I've been in here all day. Last year, I was out on the 2-channel side the whole time, and being able to be in here and experience this room and the response has been amazing. So in this room, we have 2 different setups. We are running a full multi-channel Dolby Atmos system with the Ultra Evolution Pinnacles as the front stage for left and right, Ultra Evolution Center to round out the front stage, 2 SB3000 subs back there on the back wall. We are powering it with a Marantz Cinema 40 receiver, which right now is my favorite receiver on the market. I just think it's a killer piece. And when we want to do 2-channel, I'll show you the rest of the system in a second. We have a Macintosh amplifier in here. The 5300 we're using for 2-channel purposes whenever people want to listen to, excuse our mess up here, we've been flipping through movies all day. And then we have a Blue Sound node that we're using as our streaming source as well. So we're streaming high-res content off of the Blue Sound using Cobus.
And then the switcher is allowing us to seamlessly go from 2-channel.
So really high-tech switch solution here, so we can go back and forth between 2-channel and multi-channel.
And we have to throw some props to Mark from one of our German dealers who set all this up and was helping guide us through it, because they did something like this for an event in Frankfurt not long ago. So we were able to put all this together and make it really easy to switch between 2-channel and home theater.
Yeah, we showed you the front stage. We'll show you what we've got back here. For the surrounds, we're using Ultra Evolution bookshelf speakers, which we're using for the surround setup. And then up above on either side, we're using the Ultra Elevation. And the way we did everything is we ran Odyssey and then went through and adjust each speaker, their crossover point, and kind of changed some levels that Odyssey did. So everything is set to small. All the speakers are set to a crossover of 60 or 40, depending on the speaker, including the elevation speakers. And then we're pretty much, for the most part, just leveled off. And this room just sounds amazing. And we're playing a lot of really fun content in here, whether it's theatrical or 2-channel. And we're taking requests, which we're finding out here at the show isn't common at a place like this.
No, there's so many brands will curate a very specific list of like 4 or 5 demo songs that they will play, over and over and over, because they know that they're going to sound great on their speakers. Our speakers acquit themselves so well to even a space like this that maybe not be perfect, that we want to show people like, you know what, if they can sound great in this room and we're letting you play whatever you want, of course you have to give them a chance, because ultimately, like, it's got to be enjoyable with the content that you want to hear, not what we know sounds really, really good on them. And, people are sometimes shocked that they're like, oh, you're going to let me play a song I want?
We had a gentleman, I don't know what the product was called, but he had this amazing streamer. It was about that big, had a big old screen on it too. It was all high res and FLAC file. We hooked it up and just let him play whatever he wanted to play too. And we've had some great requests come through today that we've added to our playlists as well. And so if you get a chance to catch us, at some of our upcoming events, you'll get to hear a lot of these tunes. So what do we have? We have M-Wave coming up, The Show.
The Home Entertainment Show in Costa Mesa. We have a dealer event on May 30th at Worldwide Stereo in Montgomeryville, right outside of Philadelphia. So we're going to be doing a lot of in-person events that we're really excited about.
And we just locked down this week. We're going to go to Baltimore, D.C. market in July and go to a store called Gramophone in Timonium. So we'll be there for those guys too.
And I just have to say, it is Thursday, I know, but this is not an SVS happy hour, so there won't be any giveaways. I apologize. We just decided, for those who might have tuned in late, this is a event we're doing for our international dealer partners from around the country. SVS is represented in over 70, around the world. So we had a little reception here, and Gary gave a toast, and we just wanted to say thank you and really, appreciate the partnership that we've got with a lot of these folks who have helped us grow our brand internationally. And, it's really blowing up. If Munich is any sign, then there's great things ahead for SVS in the world.
Yeah, it's been kind of fun. Nick and I are getting recognized over here in Europe, which is, it's kind of strange when people don't go, hey, I know you.
Yeah, I saw your YouTube. So cheers to all the folks who've been tuning in around the country. I know sometimes the time zone difference can be rough, but hey, we're going live at 11, noon time in the, in the East Coast. So we just wanted to be able to show a little bit of the vibe that we're creating here and show a little sneak peek of what we're doing here in Munich. But you can check out our other social feeds throughout the weekend, as we will be presenting for the next 3 days till Sunday.
This is a great show. On the weekend, it's open. I want to say Sunday, it's open to the public. So if you happen to be in Germany, you want to make a drive, come see us. Otherwise, you can come see us at our upcoming events as well with Kansas City, Costa Mesa, California. We're locking down one in Dallas for the very near future too, so you all keep an eye out for that. And then the guys in the Baltimore, D.C. market.
Absolutely. Well, and that's not to say we also have a number of international shows planned as well, where a lot of these partners will be representing. I know we're going to be at the Warsaw show in Poland later this year, which is a huge one. The Toronto AV show will be representing there with one of our partners. So we're going to put a full list together. Oh, we got closing comments, Gary. We're wrapping up. Anything?
Now I've had a glass of wine.
Yeah, now you're really going to spill the beans.
This theater, Larry was in here the entire day, wowing people. It was so much fun. It was so much fun watching the looks on their faces as they were walking out. It was great.
Yeah, the reception.
Now I'm going to tell you all the products that are coming.
Oh, mute. There is no edit button in live. So clearly there's a lot of excitement, and we just wanted to share a little bit with our community here. So any closing thoughts before we shut down for the day, Larry?
I don't know. We're going to try to go tonight. We're going to take it easy, but the next few nights, we're going to go out and have a good time here in Munich. There's really great food and fare and restaurants,
beer gardens, and
and football, but not American football.
That's right.
As we know it as soccer, it's part of their championship right now, and the fandom here is crazy.
It is. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We just wanted to give a quick sneak peek. We love you all. Happy listening, and we'll be going live here again before the weekend's over. So happy listening, everybody.
Bye, everybody.